What a beautiful charge!
Whoa,
This is
what
fine. Oh my god, it's what a save! My guy.
Hey there everybody, we are back with some more Ori. This time featuring Mad Insane versus Cutieroo from the Thornfelt Swamp group. Bringing you this match today, I'm Sigma, and my co-commentator, Sully. How you doing?
Hey, what's up, Sigma? I'm great. How about yourself, man?
I'm doing good. I'm looking forward to this. Looking forward to seeing the cool stuff. People going fast. People dying. Hopefully not too much of that, but you know, we might see it here and there.
Oh yeah, well they're gonna do a couple intentional ones anyway, so let's hope it just sticks to that and just go fast mostly.
Yep, so pulling up the group standings here. See Mad Insane is a bit favored in this race. His best race time is about 10 minutes better. Ooh, I guess 9, more like. And the PB difference is fairly similar. So he does have quite the large upper hand here, but you never know what can happen in Ori.
Yeah, it should be interesting. We're moving towards the end of our group stages here, so a lot of these people are going to be playing a lot of their last few matches, and it's going to be important, as always, for the best race times and standings going into the brackets moving forward.
Yep. So, you know, even though it's very likely that Mad Insane will win this one, like you said, the best race time is significant for your bracket seeding because there's 17 groups in this tournament, and your cross-group seeding is based solely on the lowest time you managed to pull out during the group stages. So, while the players may not really be racing each other per se, they're definitely racing their own ghost, and they'll be trying to knock that time down so that they can get a better seed going into the bracket stage.
Right, and looking at both of our players here, some other information. Mad Insane with a 37-21 on the 3rd of February. So using keyboard and mouse, skipping clean water and going for fast stopless. And it looks like Cutieroo is going to be taking a little bit of a different route.
Yeah, we're going to see the classic Ginso escape with Cutieroo. She just learned the run more recently, and it makes a lot of sense to make this choice initially because the Ginso escape is a lot easier than skipping it, and to skip it only saves you about 30 seconds. So it makes a lot of sense to not do that trick, because if you're going to, you know, focus on good consistent race times and you're likely to fail the swamp entry a couple times, then it's faster anyways to just do the Ginso escape. Plus it's a lot easier at the end of the game as well. You don't have to worry about poison water in the final escape. Looks like we'll be getting underway here shortly, so let's see how this start of the race goes.
And just to touch on that point that you were making, I think it's always a good idea, even if there is potential time saved by doing a trick. If you're not practiced with it and you don't know how to execute it consistently, then it's not time save at all. So it's smarter to just go with the safer route here for Cutieroo anyway.
Yeah, and it's interesting to see the different approaches people take to this kind of thing as well. I know there's some, you know, some schools of thought with regard to speedrunning where it's like you must go for world record strats right away and just like take your time losses from them until you eventually get good at them, because, you know, if you're not even going for it, then you're not really practicing it. But then you could also say, well, if you're just intending to practice, then, you know, do that in practice, not in a race. So there's different approaches, and no one
absolutely
is wrong or right.
Yep, whatever works for each runner. It's always interesting to see how people approach their runs and the practice too. So pretty much synced here coming up to Spirit Flame, which is usually what we expect out of the early game, and we should see Mad Insane more than likely start to move ahead as we progress through.
Yep, so they've just got to beat these Frankies up. They'll be doing some kind of mix of mashing and pacing shots. This fight's interesting because it's very straightforward. When you're fighting something that takes an even number of hits to die, you just want to mash constantly at it. But if there's an odd number of hits, which all of these Frankies have 5 shots to kill them, then you want to kind of time out one shot and then mash the other 2. So Mad and Cutieroo progressing through. Cutieroo unfortunately jumped over the jump pad there, but it's not a big deal. I don't think she took damage, so it's a-okay. We'll be progressing through glades quickly here.
And Madison with just a slight lead because of that mix-up from Cutieroo. Both of our players setting up here for the Ghost Door, as always, trying to get to 1 health and collecting a little bit of experience along the way. Looks like Madison is good, set up for 1 health, and Cutieroo, I'm not sure. So I guess we'll see in just a second. I didn't quite catch that.
I know she turned back into the slime before the keystone, so I believe she's at 1 now. And interesting to note is Mad did not kill... Ooh. Okay, Cutieroo nearly jumped into the water without a save, but got the save off. And it was too slow, and now we're going to see the remnants of the Ghost Door, but that's not a big deal. Only a couple seconds lost there. But yeah, going back to what I was saying, Mad, his experience might be a tad low because he missed the slime before the keystone. And ooh, now he missed the roof flower, so now it's definitely really low. So we'll have to see what he does for his next level up here, but he's got to find some experience somewhere.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see if he goes back for that flower or if he just decides to damage all these brambles heading forward.
Yeah, worst case is he can just kill all of the things down by wall jump. He wants to get that level up so it will blow up and clear one of these walls that he's going through now out of his way. He won't get it, so he might just soften it up a little bit on the way down and then soften it up again on the way up. That's so bad. Man, that's frustrating. He turned his UI on to check his experience and then got a health dialogue because he hadn't picked up any health yet.
Oh, wow, the timing. It's always interesting. I think he probably has enough experience to level on the way back through as Cutieroo levels up on the way down, so that's good.
I think you're right. So a little bit smoother for Cutieroo there, but Matt's still coming in with a lead into our first real skill of the game, wall jump.
I'm not saying it's Sigma. Yeah, probably about a 10-second lead here. And we'll see if Madsen is able to grab this level up on the way out.
Yeah, even if not, he can just shoot this wall, or he could opt to damage boost it. No, he's gonna get the level up though. So nice and easy progression out of here. Might have even been perhaps intentionally missing that first slam. I know the roof flower on the way down was a mistake, but leveling up on the way out is desirable for some reasons because you get all of that experience falling on you as you leave. It's no slower than leveling on the way down. Well, okay, well, that's kind of a lie. It's a couple frames slower, but who cares about that?
Yeah, that can be a little bit negligible when you're talking about managing your experience because that can save you time in BRB from having to like intentionally try to collect more experience if you're not going for the genocide route anyway.
Yeah, that's true. And then you kind of get some time back. If you're closer to level on the post-BRB Frankie walk, then you level up quicker. So ideally, you'd only be 1 experience away, but since the experience drops semi-randomly, you can't really control your experience number directly without actually slowing down and making sure you pick stuff up. So people don't do that. They just kind of go with experience ranges and hope that everything works out okay. So both the runners going into Blackroot Burrows now. And
looks like Cutieroo took a save here on the right. I wonder if that was intentional or not.
She might have taken some extra damage on the way out. It's not too comfortable going in here with 1 health. So maybe just doing it to be up at 4, not have to worry about taking any damage on the way to the first level up. I noted that Mad did drop 1 jump. He was trying to do a quick cut around the corner and didn't quite make it over the platform. That won't lose him any time if he's not going for the reload and everything else is smooth, and it's looking good so far because he's bound by some global platform cycles in here, and he will go for the reload, so does lose a little bit of time because of that jump, but the reload is still faster than not doing the reload, as long as he manages to make the platform cycle after the lasers section here, which I think he will be good for, but we'll have to keep our eyes on the left and see. Cutieroo also making the jump up to that 100 experience pretty cleanly, and oh man, Mad missed the cycle. That's rough. I think it's just a consequence of that first missed jump that threw his timing off a little bit. So the reload was a bit off, and he had a little bit different lasers, so he has to wait 8 seconds for that cycle, and Cutieroo not doing a reload should be perfectly okay grabbing this cycle. Yeah, getting it on the way up, so that's pretty good for her. Not dropping a cycle on BRB is a nice thing to have.
Yeah, for Madden, I think that save actually probably messed him up just a little bit because, like you said, that jump in that he missed lost him a little bit of time. So he might have actually made that cycle had he not done that save and reload. But
Yep. Oh man, and he
Ooh,
missed.
misses that one.
He missed his manipulation as well. Once your platform cycle off, you're not nearly as practiced with the timings of things. So just to wait another one there. Cutieroo did not manipulate the cycle in this next room, so you'll see this platform around the top. Oh, okay, that is
Ooh,
neat.
interesting.
This saves a tiny little bit of time. The reloading there forces this platform to go down. So rather than doing the cycle manipulation, you can do a reload, and it's basically break even with waiting half of a cycle. So it's fairly similar, but it also gives you a safety save before this top part of this room. So that's pretty cool. I don't think we've even seen anybody do a reload there yet this tournament, but then again, I haven't seen every match. So
Ooh, I think Madison's going for the darkness stack on the left.
Oh yeah, okay. This is
Nice.
This is new stuff. So he's got to stand in
is.
a particular position. He's got quite some time, so he's just gonna mess around and like trigger this pressure and stuff. He's kind of swagging out a little bit, and then he's gonna stack some cutscenes together. And this will save him a second, but he has to get some decent blind movement out of Blackroot. And if he drops the dash glide input, he'll be auto saved at the bottom of Blackroot and lose about 30 seconds. But let's see. The camera's not panning down, so he can
nice.
carefully, and he's out of there.
Yeah, that's spooky movement even when you can see Ori. Never mind doing that one blind. I'm not a huge fan of trying to learn that one right now, but it is pretty cool to watch.
Yeah, I practiced it a little bit. It was just recently found the other day, and I got it a few times. I was like, oh, this isn't so bad, and then I was, doing it some more for timing, and I think I jumped too early out of my dash glide, and it auto saved me at the bottom of Blackroot, and I'm like, I won't do this strategy. It's too scary.
That's what makes it so bad, is it is like very, very unforgiving, because it does save as soon as that cut tree animation ends for the dash tree, it saves wherever you are. So if you mess that up, you're in a bad place. And backup saves in Ori are really, really weird. So just to note, Madison did get his Frankie walk pretty flawlessly, and let's see if he can just make it through this Death Gauntlet. He'll be well on his way to a safety save and moving forward into Grotto.
Looking pretty good. Oh,
oh my god. That's so spooky. What are you doing, man? Just get up there. It's okay.
Oh, and Cutieroo got the Frankie stuck on the spikes. Couldn't quite make the jump, but she did take a save on the Spirit Well on the way over, so didn't lose as much time as perhaps you could have if you were back at the dash tree. So Matt's surviving the Death Gauntlet thanks to a health drop. That's pretty likely that you'll get at least one, but wow, that was scary. He tried to really push the envelope on his spores there. Going for the God Cycle, nearly got it, but jumped a little bit too early out of that dash, so lost the speed. Didn't quite make it. We've seen a pretty low success rate overall with that trick in the tournament. It's really quite a difficult trick to make that cycle cleanly.
Yeah, that's a very precise one, and insane.
Okay, that's a close save. Not a death you want to take, but it's a close save. So we'll see how Cutieroo's Death Gauntlet goes here. No such luck as to get a safety energy. Sign misses a shot, but she manages to get out of the water cleanly, and will now be going through the part that Mad was. I do believe she's only on 1 health right now, so she can't make a mistake like he did. And we'll just play it safe, kill those things slowly as Mad progresses down towards double jump. Cutie is at this energy, makes a save immediately. I like that decision. We'll be okay to go into Grotto.
Yeah, this last part after you pick up the energy cell can be a little scary too, because that falling slime does 2 damage, and that's often exactly how much HP you have leaving the Death Gauntlet if you don't get any health pickups.
Yeah, Mad's in the water after double jump. Oh, 3 hits. Okay, this is a smart choice. He saves and reloads before he takes the 4th hit from the water. Or actually, oh my gosh, he got the autosave for double jump. I thought he had managed to avoid it. He's actually going to have to load a backup save at this moment, because he was going to get infinitely killed by that water every spawn, because the double jump autosave saved him at 1 health, just about to die. He's still got the lead though. He's going for double jump blind movement again. Hopefully does not fall into the water this time.
Cutieroo taking the Death Gauntlet through. Those spikes are fun too, just trying to weave your way through them. This gap is not that large really. Cutieroo coming up to the double jump tree right now. I doubt she'll be opting to do the blind movement now. She's just going to go ahead and take the tree and have her eyes moving her way back through that scary little spike corridor area.
Yeah, it's always nice to be able to see. The one trouble is that slime that she got hit by is spawned when you're doing it, being able to see, but when you do it with blind movement, the slime is actually just not there. If you can't see it, it can't hurt you.
It's a interesting game mechanic. I like it.
Yeah, Mad pulling off a nice, quick first try grotto skip there. Oh, Cutieroo is getting beaten up by this Frankie. He's gonna opt to take a death because she saved at the top of the spike climb to say, okay, let's have more health. Let's not have, you know, these enemies messing me up. So good decision there, and Mad will be dealing with these treacherous grotto walls. Cutieroo coming up on grotto skip. This jump is quite difficult, and I like that safety save there too, because if she misses it a couple times, this platform is swinging a lot, the jump is way harder because you're not used to it, and gets it first try, so it does not even need that save. Nice job.
Yeah, another thing, when I first started learning that trick, what I was doing a lot too is falling down into the spikes. So that was my motivation to put a safety save there to start, because I kept dying on them like a very intelligent person. So that can serve multiple purposes for a newer player. So just obviously didn't need it. Just goes through first try. Very, very clean.
Yeah, and going for this quick grotto movement, going for the right wall climb only, and misses it a couple times and says, okay, enough of that, bails out to the left, so not too stubborn about that. Gets, oh my gosh, I thought that jump was going to work. Okay. Very close to getting this right wall climb on this side, and gives it a couple tries and then bails out once again, just saying, okay, you know, it wastes too much time to retry this, so let's just play it conservative here.
Yeah, that jump's a little bit tricky. I think that one's harder than grotto skip for me personally, so I can definitely understand people getting hung up on that.
Yeah. It's always interesting to see how different players go through grotto. We see Mad Insane doing a bunch of cool ninja jumps up the sides here, but there's all sorts of places where you can opt to switch sides or do a more difficult jump and not switch the sides of the corridor, which is pretty much always slightly faster, but you know, you're saving varying amounts of 0.5 to 1 second for doing a more difficult jump that if you miss once you're losing time on. So it's always fun to see which ones people go for and which ones they don't.
And our gap between the two players was at about 39 seconds at the water vein, and maybe a little bit of time made up here from Cutieroo, because she actually doesn't have to get that teleporter down here in Swamp, because she'll be doing the Ginzo escape.
Yeah, that's right. You get to skip that one. She'll still need to do the push block thing because that one saves time at Horu, but does get to skip one teleporter and will do the Ginso escape. And of course, as mentioned, that trick to skip the Ginso escape only saves you about 30 seconds. So if Mad, you know, dunks the frog in the water once or twice, that difference could even up easily.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. That's a hard trick to nail first try anyway. So that potential time save, like we said, I mean, if you're not practicing something and you're not able to do it efficiently, it's not really time save. So we'll see. I don't expect Mad Saint to have too much trouble going through with that anyway, but just a note.
Yeah, oh my gosh, Cutieroo down to 1 health right now. Has to dodge the slime, and though the death shot kills her, but she has the save back on the Thornfelt teleporter, so it's not so bad. But had a little trouble with that damage boost the first time. Maybe the slime's in a better position now. Like, oh gosh, yeah, this one's tough. You have to, interestingly, hold your wall run into this slime to get the damage boost to work as you like. If you're off the wall when it hits you, then you just get knocked down. So that one can be difficult when the slime's in a bad position, too high for your wall run to reach. Mad took some damage in this portal room, plays it safe. This actually doesn't lose any time because the shooter you see now in the room Mad's in has already started its cycles while you're going through that portal room, and you pretty much always get in the middle of one of its cycles. You can't get a faster one than he got, so he took some damage. He doesn't want to have damage on him, but it doesn't actually lose him time here, so it's a good feeling at least.
Wow, and an interesting note from our truck already. Cutieroo is 1 minute and 7 seconds ahead of her PB entering Ginso. So that's really good. Hopefully she can maintain that pace. That's exciting.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. Ooh, oh gosh, oh my word, the spikes. But there's a safety save right there, so that's going to be good for her.
This room is impossible, Sigma.
Yeah, it really is. It's so much worse the second time too, because all of these gamer cycles are different from what you're used to, what you've practiced from the first pass. But she gets through okay, and we'll be progressing on towards the portal room and the mini boss that Mad has just cleaned up.
Yeah, that was really fast for Mad Insane.
Quick death from Cutieroo, but the safety saves have really been good for her. Any death she's taken that's like, oh no, that's potentially catastrophic. It's like, nope, just kidding, she saved right there, so no big time loss.
It's always good watching players just having good self-awareness, knowing where the trouble areas for the run for them are, and you'll see them place those safety saves just to mitigate as much time loss as possible if they do take unfortunate deaths, and that's been very impressive from Cutieroo so far. And it's overall been, you know, even though you're taking some deaths here, they haven't been nearly as catastrophic as they could be.
Yeah, and of course the thing to note about this is, while we call them safety saves, it doesn't lose you any time to place most of these. You have lots of energy in the early game that we're just collecting for use later, but we have no abilities that use energy at the moment. So you just hold your save button, you're walking at the same speed while you do it. Okay, Mad's gonna try for an upper platform key dupe here, so he wants to kill this mortar worm and take some damage so that he's set up for his subsequent deaths. He didn't get it immediately, but he got it pretty quick, so that will be a nice little tiny optimization for him as he's going through his key dupe. He's just going to fall into these spikes, take an intentional death, and that will give him more keys. Nice job, Mad.
Yeah, that was a fast key dupe. Very good. Cutieroo not having too much trouble with our mini boss as well, so moving right on through. Should be picking up Bash here shortly as well.
Going for some stylish moves through that room.
Yeah. Oh, Madison takes a death going into this last mini boss. That's tough. He's trying to get up on this left wall here and then just elects to double bash there. That was probably the way he probably should have gone for it the first time. It seems like he's pretty comfortable with double bashes.
Yeah, Mad is definitely a double bash master. If you watched any of the randomizer tournament that was played last fall, you would have seen a lot of Mad skipping glide through Sorrow and just double bashing continuously through the spikes. It was his signature move. And that was quite fun to watch. So Mad's going into Swamp Entry right now. This is actually a trick that he discovered for the Ori randomizer as an alternate way to get to the Stomp Tree fast. And then much later we realized that, oh, you could actually use this in all skills as well. So, and it saves time. The best thing about it.
Well, then he should be an expert at it, and I don't expect too much trouble. He actually took a little bit of damage there after that level up, but intelligently took a damage boost so as to not take a death. So we'll see if he opts to take a safety save here after this. He should, right? He didn't do the blind movement.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he just saves right before going into the entry. It makes a lot of sense to place a save here because, you know, it doesn't cost you anything to just slow down for a moment and place a save, especially when you've taken damage. This trick can be treacherous. So we see that those chain double bashes coming out. Mad. He's got his frog into position, and now he just needs to double bash a shot 2 times to get it into the roof. Gets the ability cells, and okay, well, 1 double bash works. You can double bash again to send yourself off the wall, but that's really rather minor. He's into swamp, so nice first try swamp entry from Mad. He knows what's up with that, and he'll be getting stomped soon. Cutieroo gotten through the key dupe and is now onto her mini boss, so pretty good pace from Cutieroo. Not be surprised if she's made even more time up against her PB, because that was a pretty nice Ginso overall from her.
Yeah, and she took the same exact death that Mad Insane did walking into that mini boss room, so that's always fun. Those spikes are they're closer than you think, and the hitbox is a little weird on them, but you're right, Cutie did make up even more time. She's 1 minute and 29 seconds ahead at Bash from her PB, which she set in a race 3 hours ago, so she's just playing really well right now.
Yeah, it's good to see. And now we're going to see a bit of a route difference. So because this trick isn't as commonly seen, this is something known as core skip, which is an experience route set up to try to speed up the top room again. So the way this works is you're supposed to go to the left and blow up some corruption, then you're supposed to go to the right and blow up some corruption. But as it turns out, if you level up in either one of these rooms, ooh, taking a quick death to that frog there. If you level up in either one of these rooms, you will just blow up both sides at once. So that's what she's going for. Her experience, I believe, is set up for it. And we'll have to see how this trick goes. Mad also doing some frog manipulation, grabbing an ability cell, but the frogs at the top again, so not agreeing with Cutieroo. You can see her kill this Frankie every time because maybe her experience was a tad low, but it should be set up now. So she should get the level once she gets this frog in there. And unfortunately, that's going to be a problem because this frog is going to be too low on health, I think, to get up the wall now. Yeah, it's dead. Have to take a death and try again.
And Mad Insane with the Cutieroo cutscene skip set it up very quickly. And what cutscene? That was awesome. Takes a safety save after. He does look like he's going up for this 5th health cell. Double bashes the shot. That's good. That's pretty quick to do it that way instead of running all the way up that left wall.
Yeah, I think he
Cutieroo
was
looks like
worried
she's
that
got
he
the
was
frog
too
up
low
there.
as well. Cutieroo's got the frog in position now, gets the wall broken, now just has to throw the frog. Oh, this could work, just dash and you got it. Yes, nice.
What a cool trick. The first time I saw that, my mind was blown. I love that so much.
Yeah, it's a really fun trick, and now we'll get to see the Ginso escape, which always looks flashy, but is really quite easy for when you've done it 100 times as a speedrunner. So I don't expect to have her have any troubles with it. She'll probably just fly on through.
Mad Insane baited the Frankie down to this charge flame tree. That's going to make it a lot easier for him to exit instead of going to the traditional way and setting up a save anywhere in order to skip this cutscene coming up, which is a pretty lengthy one.
Yep. Just a little optimal to carry the save anywhere all the way from the tree. You could set it up right before the cutscene, but because the tree refills your energy, and now we've finally made it to the part of the game where energy begins to matter since we're about to level Charge Dash. We don't get an energy refill at the Feather still. We want to save all our energy for Sorrow Pass if possible. So Mad will just be grabbing the last couple ability cells going through the valley entrance here. He gets Charge Dash now, which is going to speed up this next little section because he can use it to home in on these enemies, and Cutieroo indeed gets through that Ginso escape quite nicely. And we'll now see the only necessary line of dialogue in the game. For some reason, if you don't skip, like actually let this dialogue play, that text box there, and mash through it, this cutscene takes longer. Go figure. So you have to turn on your UI, let that dialogue go, and then you can proceed with Swamp.
Oh, that's very interesting. I didn't know that. So he's able to skip this ability cell on the right, Mad Insane on the left, skipping the ability cell that he passed by on the right. And is that because of the early C-Dash route?
Yeah, the early C-Dash route actually, just does not need that cell because you already have Charge Dash, and that cell costs like 3 seconds to get, whereas this one he's going for now during Fast Stompless here is completely free. Right now, he's essentially on an auto-scroller, waiting for his shot that he fired off to hit some rocks over in Valley, and it did not connect, so that's going to be a little painful for him. He's got to go back up, and we'll see if he opts to go for the shot again. If he's feeling confident about hitting it, he'll try the trick again. If not, he's just going to go up and stomp the rocks, and that looks like what he's opting for here. It's very slightly faster to go for the shot, but when you've just missed it, I don't fault this kind of decision at all. Just make sure that you can... Oh my good lord! Okay, he's in the death plane right now, but I think he triggered it while he had cutscene immunity, so he's okay.
I can't believe he didn't die.
I don't know how that happened though, because he was on the ledge when the cutscene started. Did he bash his way off during it? I think that's what he did.
I have no idea. That was insane though. Good save at the very least.
Cutieroo is doing a trick called Drainless here. This is by starting a stomp and then saving in midair using the ability menu, you get to stomp underwater, which skips having to swim down into the bottom of Swamp and use Charge Flame to drain this area and get out, hence why it's called Drainless. And of course, using Charge Flame would be a big problem because she doesn't have that skill yet. Meanwhile, Mad is using Charge Dash to go flying around Valley. He's going to try to sequence break his way into Sorrow right
here. I think he's concerned about his energy here. He's trying to decide if he's going to save or not.
He is not going to. Or, yeah, he's not going to. It's slightly faster, I mean, if you don't die, to just not make saves, because what do you need a save for if you don't die? But it's pretty scary. He gets through that trick first try, after a little bit of indecision, and will be going through Sorrow, so he has plenty of energy here. I think he can opt to place one safety save, but of course, he will have a couple extra charge dashes moving to the C-Flame tree, and by C-Flame I mean C-Jump, if he does not save. It looks like he's going to play it safe. He's going to float up here, not risk rocket jumping into the spikes. Place a save up here before the All-Dressed Alley, and then he's not going to save. He's insane. He's got the free energy. No! No!
Oh, man.
Oh my god.
But Cutieroo on the right was able to do the Cutieroo cutscene skip.
Oh!
Which is really impressive. It's very specific.
I know what... Okay, we've got Tara helping us out with background knowledge. Because Mad Insane did that weird thing where he was in the Kuro death plane, it then treats all areas in the game as unsafe, makes you unable to save. So it was not a choice to not save with that much energy. He actually couldn't save. He would have had to make it to the C-jump tree and then reload the file to regain his ability to save. So that's why all of that stuff happened. He's not crazy, he's just insane. Oh my word.
Was Cutieroo just checking messages?
That was an accidental alt-tab or click out of the window.
Had to make some arrangements for after the race, probably. It's okay. So now he's able to save, and he'll probably go through this without a death now. That's always how it goes.
Pretty much. The save is just there
good.
to give you confidence.
Yep. Didn't have the energy for the ghost door, though. That's fine, though. I would 100% of the time rather take that safety save than the ghost door, so...
Yeah, we've seen a lot of value out of that save there, saving people from those terrifying spikes. And Mad, I'm sure it all makes sense now that he, paused before Sora Bash. Like, he was trying to save back there, but it's like, nope, it's unsafe because you're in an instant kill zone. And it's like, no, I'm not. That's just a funny little glitch from Ori that I didn't even realize that was happening back when it started. Oh my gosh, we're having issues with the window focus over on the right, but we're back.
She's a hybrid player, is that correct?
Yeah, I can see a mouse cursor moving around now.
Maybe that's what's happening. She might be clicking off screen.
Maybe he doesn't have cursor lock or Warcraft mouse or whatever the heck choice of mouse lock program you want to use, and that's what's happening here. But you just got to be careful, I guess, to not move your cursor off screen when trying to bash. Right, so Mad's carrying this save anywhere, dual purpose save anywhere, both to break your way up to Sunstone and to skip the Sunstone cutscene, where we learn that Gumo, our spidery friend, is a necromancer and can bring people back to life with his dark powers. But enough of the Ori lore.
Burn the witch.
Yeah. So Cutieroo is opting not to do fast slalom. Plus, note that Mad went for this and missed it, so Cutieroo will actually be faster going through this section. And hopefully she won't have any shenanigans falling into the Kuro death plane. Death there, but we gotta save really close down here, so that's okay. Won't lose
Sigma, you gotta stop cursing our runners.
I can't help it, man. I can't help it. Gumo does his dark magic, and I just want to do my part,
Okay, fair enough, I guess. Please stop for the runner's sake, though. Cutieroo is still making really good pace. She's 1 minute and 39 seconds ahead at Charge Flame. We'll get an update on that here probably at the Feather Split as well.
Yeah.
But just P being 3 hours ago and then coming in and already being this far ahead, that's just awesome play.
It's the legendary double PB back-to-backs.
That's the way to do it.
Mad's making his way through Misty here. You can see he's playing with his UI on in this section. Normally you play with your UI off because it skips dialogue, but there's no dialogue in this part aside from this cutscene, which he just turns his UI off for quickly. And it's nice to be able to see your energy count. He only has 1 left. That's kind of what you go for in Misty. You try to get down to 1 energy and then you continuously refund it. He accidentally dropped it there. Stops quickly to pick up a safety, or a backup energy rather, I should say. And he'll be getting down to climb. Cutieroo is trying to get up to Sorobash. Nice catch on
Really
that bird to get some extra height. And we'll get over to this save. Now, she took damage from the bird, so I'm not surprised that she replaces the save rather than rekindles, because this takes her back up to 5 health, which is going to let her take a hit from these spikes. And that can be pretty useful here. So going for the 2 bird setup here. This looks nice. There's 1 hit from the spikes. Maybe was not counting on that, so takes a death. We'll have to try again. This trick, definitely not easy.
No, not at all. And taking another death, but that save there is just going to keep paying off. So this is a really hard trick. No surprise to see it take a few attempts.
You see Mad is down to 1 health in Misty here. He got hit a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised, and there is a safety save. He's still in a 1-shot range from these spikes, but if he does take a death on them, then he only goes back to the save rather than climb. So it's not too bad. I wouldn't be surprised to maybe see him take another save around this 4th keystone. That's a pretty common place to save, and it will give him that buffer of safety of not getting 1-shot by the spikes. But he says, nah, I don't need that. I'll just use this energy on speed. He's gonna head through here, nice and quick.
I mean, Cutieroo was able to make it through Sour Bash third try, and then did take a safety save on that platform that we launched the frog from. And another safety save going into this area. I don't have any clever names for it today, so we'll just stick with the Dorito Cavern, I guess. And
the one that actually makes a lot of sense.
Oh no. Takes a little bit of a death, but that's a paying off. This area is going to, I think she has 5 health right now, so she can take 2 hits, but I think she might actually be on 4 health or less already. Yeah.
Might have gotten hidden Sour Bash. Mad cleans up the mini boss in Misty. He'll be out of here pretty soon. Normally in the game, you'd go grab Atsu's torch over to the left there and do a slow orb blocking section, but we got enough of that in Blackroot, so we'll just leave it behind. All it gets you is the key to the Forlorn Ruins, and true to its name, it stays forlorn. We don't want to go there.
All right, just 1 more skill left for Madison and 2 more for Cutieroo. So both of our runners moving through to the latter sections of this run here. And I think Cutieroo is quite a bit ahead of PB right now.
Yeah, there have been some mistakes here and there, but I think it should be well within range of her being able to PB. So yeah, still a minute 35 ahead at C jump. So that's definitely good to see. As long as she doesn't take any really bad deaths, I think she's gonna get this one. And there's few better feelings than a race PB. What more could you hope for?
And Madison setting up a long save anywhere here to move through this section. We have to avoid some instant death lasers and try to manipulate them for a cycle. It looks like he's just going to wait on this one. Probably a really good decision.
Yeah, he's going to have to wait on the next one as well because the cycles are off. It's loaded while he's going through that top part, and having any hiccups in your movement will cause you troubles. I always thought people were nuts for going for this long save anywhere because it only saves like a quarter of a second or something like that. But there's a lot of people who do it, and they're good at it. So who am I to talk?
Yeah, I mean, if you're good at it, then it's 0.25 seconds for free, right?
Yeah, there you go.
All right, so Cutieroo setting up for the cutscene skip over on the right while Madison picks up our last skill of the game, which is Grenade. Hopefully he goes for some cool stuff. I'm guessing he probably won't go for this one. Oh, he does. Awesome.
He's going to go from up here. He has to throw a grenade and then jump 1/60th of a second later, and that's what happens. Unfortunately, bonks on the roof right away.
He aimed that just a little bit high. I think maybe he was just concerned because if you aim that straight through, you'll go all the way through that slow area for the cutscene, and you can smash your face into some spikes if you're not careful.
Yeah, never the most pleasant thing.
A little cautious.
So we may see 1 or 2 grenade jumps from Madison going toward. They're not, really necessary. Oh, he lost a little bit of energy trying to do charge dashes up to that slime. We'll see if he opts to save down to half an energy and mousing his energy.
Yeah, he knows.
Save on this teleporter. It's actually faster. I mean, you don't want to have to watch this save animation, but having no energy to charge dash is amazingly slow, so you got to do it.
Oh, and Cutieroo is moving through the beginning of Misty here. Nice rocket jump. Takes a little bit of damage. Probably going to prime up a save coming up here. No save yet. Okay.
Confident on moving through this part. Might just want to save before the S spikes the climb, or might just say, okay, I'm not going to get hit with Misty, it's fine.
That's the way to do it. I like it. The confidence play.
Yeah, I mean, there's those people out there that run with 3 health through this section, so they even if they saved, they still get one shot by the spikes. Grabbing an extra energy is using it for a save here. Not a bad decision at all. Just in case you take a little dip into the spikes here, you won't die, and if you do die, you only go back there instead of Sunstone or something like that. Mad's got to try his door warp right now. He has to enter this door in the first frame the game loads, so he's got to take a couple attempts at it until he gets it. This is kind of a silly trick to have at the end of a run because you have such a good pace, and then your timing is just a little bit off for a few times, and it takes a bunch of tries. But
nice.
He saves time with it. It didn't take him too many attempts. I think it's about 6 attempts where it breaks even versus the strat of save dropping to the bottom. But to even do the save drop, you would have had to pick up an ability cell earlier. So pretty much once you're at door warp, you try it until you get it. And then
yeah, I think that was 5th try, so still saving a little bit of time there.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
All right,
Matt's
moving
job
through-
isn't over yet. Sorry, go ahead.
And he can't take any damage going through this section. I believe he has 6 HP. I don't think he picked up that last one in the Horror Fields. But still taking damage through any of this fire is going to have him, well, force him to reset the whole entire escape. But it looks like he's made it through just fine. Now, the last part is moving through the poison water and making sure he doesn't kiss these fish too much.
Yeah, he wants to use these fish. They're his friends. They're gonna help him get through this poison water. They see, oh man, you're not a fish. You can't breathe down here. They're like, quick, grab onto me. I'll send you forward. The fish in the final escape are really nice to us. And Matt only took 4 damage from that swim, so that was really good. He's got to go for 1 more grenade jump. Nails it.
Nice.
Nails the position.
Really good.
That will do things for Matt. Now I know this is not his PB pace because I believe we've about hit his PB either now or about maybe 30 seconds ago, but this is definitely Matt's best race time in the tournament, so definitely got what he was looking for out of this match, an improvement to his best race time, which was previously I think a 40 or maybe slightly lower, and that'll be good for him. I know he said he wanted a 38 at least for his best race time. He's got that here, very low 38 too, so that's nice.
Yeah, really good. Madison, just save for some minor errors, nothing too major, and really good play from him. It's some Naru hops, very nice.
Yeah, really the worst thing that happened to Matt in this race was his fast stompless miss into that Kuro cutscene kind of disaster. That actually lost a fair bit of time. He might have even been able to PB if he had been able to save when he was in Sorrow, but he couldn't, so he did play well outside of that, though, so yeah, nice job from him. Definitely a good showing. I'm sure he'll be happy about that, but maybe he'll have some words for us about about the Kuro death plan, what it does to your game.
Yeah, I'm sure that was very confusing for him. So, Cutieroo actually trying to make her way over to the teleporter. Very good job to rocket jump back up. That's a smart backup play there.
Yeah, it's always frustrating when you get stuck. You can either charge jump up the sides using climb charge jump. You can actually get out of there with just double jump, but it's difficult. And rocket jumping, of course, a good option as well. You have some safety save pads available, so even if you run yourself out of energy, you're able to get it all back, and you get it refilled to grenade tree. So why not? So Cutieroo heading over to grenade. I'm sure still on quite good pace for herself. Probably PB potential, as long as the final escape doesn't cause her too many problems. And remember, she has clean water, so it's only the grenade jump and door warp pretty much. She can't be stopped by the swim through the last part.
But those fish are still going to be fish bros for her too. They still want to help you out of that water because they know you can't stay under there forever. And it looks like Mad Insane did improve his best race time by 58 seconds with a confirmed 38:09. Very good job.
Yeah, really good play out of Mad. Like, you gotta be happy with that kind of run. I think if we saw him do one more run, he'd probably just go straight to 36. Like, that Sorrow thing was really a fluky time loss, and it cost a lot of time.
Yeah, and I think he's going to be well aware of that too when he goes back and kind of analyzes the run and realizes that that mistake there was like the biggest time loss that he had, and how clean all of the rest of his play was. So definitely some great takeaways. I don't think he'll be disappointed at all in that race.
Yep, it's pretty good. So we'll see how Cutieroo's movement coming out down to the last stretch of the game goes. Getting out of that grenade room quite nicely. Going through this cutscene area and just has to deal with a couple lasers. I really like that drive-by rekindle on the save. Oh, yeah, walk straight in there.
Oh my gosh.
No fear.
The just absolute insane play from Cutieroo as well. Taking a note from Mad Insane himself. That was awesome.
Wow. Yeah, I'm way too terrified to go for that laser. I know you can make it if everything on the way in and out is clean. Like, it just won't be there when you get there, but man, it's scary because you can't see it.
Oh no.
There's a great save right there, though. This is, this is the story of the race for Cutieroo. You take a death, but you saved 5 seconds before. You knew. And that is really, when you're looking at getting your time to sub 40, that's a great way to play, because it's not about having perfect movement everywhere. It's not even about not dying. It's just about not dying in a really, really expensive way. Like if
Right.
that had sent her back to light grenade at the boulder, it'd have been like, okay, there goes a minute plus, but it's like lost 10 seconds. Who cares?
Yeah, just really good decision making and knowing where some of the flaws in her game might be. So opting for those saves, and I think once she gets a little bit more consistent, she can start not worrying so much about the saves, and she'll have even more impressive times going forward. So really good stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of a cool sort of race versus PB attempt mentality. Because a lot of the time you'll see runners skip all kinds of saves when they're doing runs on their own, just trying to improve their best times. And that's just because, like, well, they say, you know, if I make the mistake anyways, the run lost time, so I'd rather just not make the mistake and then save some time on a charge dash. But when you're in a race, you're trying to minimize your average time, so it's preferable to maybe get like a bunch of 40s in a race rather than 1 to 39 and then 3 45s, you know?
Sure, absolutely. So Cutieroo was ahead of PB 2 minutes and 39 seconds. Okay, and the door warp. Wow. That's awesome. That's
Nails
even more
it.
time save. So in her PB, it was a third try, and that was first try. So 2 minutes 40 seconds ahead going forward, and this is awesome. I mean, this is going to be a pretty substantial PB if she could just make it through this last section. And one of the biggest worries for the escape is just completely removed because the water's already clean.
Yeah, pretty much it comes down to grenade jump at this point. And knowing, wait a sec. I'm not even sure if she goes for grenade jump now that I think about it. I think somebody told me before the race she might not. In which case, this is like definitely a PB. All she has to do is avoid this spooky lava for a bit, and even taking a death, she'll still have it. It's just a bigger PB if she doesn't die from here, but huge amount of time is still available to her to beat her best previous time. So that's awesome. Not only her best tournament race, but best overall time coming in right here after having just set that earlier today.
And makes it through. Like, oh no.
Oh, crow spawn, but she can get over to the side and
oh no. Jumps into the fire twice. That's not fun. Okay.
Oh man.
Okay, maybe we should we'll just watch. We're not going to speculate anymore.
Yeah. We're still good though. We're still good. We got time to spare. Everything is fine. Totally fine.
Oh, well, I'm glad I can never commentate one of my races. Sigma, if you could do me the honor of not commentating one of mine in the future, I think that'd be fine.
All right, signing up for all matches on the weekend. Got it. Okay, so getting the fish buddies to help her out of the water. We'll see if she can skip this crow trigger this time. She does. Just by sneaking out through the top of that cavern, you avoid spawning the scary bird and doing the bashes up to the finish. That's gonna do it.
That
now
should
just
secure the
holding
PB.
right. Yeah, this is going to be approximately 46-14 based on that cutscene timing. So that's really good. It was a 48 before, so
yeah, this is going to be almost exactly a 2-minute PB and a best race time. Way to go. That's like pretty much the best that you can expect out of a race like this. I mean, we knew it wasn't going to be necessarily close between our two runners, but Madison gets a best race time and Cutieroo does the same with a PB to boot. So that's really good.
Yeah, that's what you want to see. And Cutieroo, all she has to do now is hold right and get through these final cutscenes. We may or may not see some optimizations out of Naru. That's when you just jump to show your elation leading into the ending, but you lose time for every jump, so not everybody does it. I can't blame anyone for not doing it, especially when you're at great pace like this. You just want to set the best time you can. And we'll be talking to our racers here shortly after they manage to finish up. We'll get Cutieroo's final time in a moment. And we are optimizing, so that 46-14 might turn into 46-15, but that's okay.
46-14.
Oh, same second. Alright, nice. GG. GG to both of our runners there. That was great.
What was their PB difference at the start of this?
Man with 37-21, I believe, and Cutieroo was a 48-15, I want to say. So, just about 11 minutes.
Oh.
And now it's less than that. Now it's down to 9.
Definitely.
And of course, as well, I didn't make a note of this at the start, but do some auto splitter meta sup. Cutieroo1's timer actually was not running during that, so she doesn't necessarily know what pace that was. She probably knows she PB'd because she's got to be feeling good about that. But I see her asking, "What's my PB?" So there
That's
you go,
awesome.
46-14.
Congratulations, Cutieroo. That is a great PB. I think I think we're going to be doing some interviews here.
Yeah, pretty shortly we'll be joined by our runners once we get everything sorted and get them ready to get in here. So, man, what a nice race to commentate. Just such good performances out of both runners, getting their time improved, getting a PB for Cutieroo, and really, man, he deserved a PB on that one too. That Kuro stuff was that was a bunch of garbage.
I think he actually does have another race today too.
Yeah, the Thornfelt Swamp group is powering through their races today. I think we've got Matt and Wilson coming up in a few hours, maybe 1 hour from now actually. And I think we are joined by Mad now, so I just want to say, hey Mad, and GG, good job finishing that one up and improving your best race time by a fair bit there.
Thank you very much.
Now, I think the obvious question that we can go to is, when you accidentally went into the Sorrow or the Kuro death plane and removed your ability to save in the mid game, what were the thoughts going through your mind while you're sitting up there at Sorrow Bash, like, oh, why can't I save? What am I gonna do?
Well, I remembered that this has happened quite a bit from like Randomizer, so I knew what had happened when I couldn't save, and I kind of panicked a bit, and I didn't go through the Dorito cave area in the normal way, so I ended up crashing into some spikes there. But if I hadn't have panicked as much there, I reckon I probably would have made it through, then had to reload at the charge jump tree instead. Yeah,
you really got close to it, and we didn't realize at first either. I was just like, why isn't he saving? He has 3 energy, why doesn't he save? And then, after he took the death and reloaded the file, it was like, of course, the Kuro death plane. So, yeah, that's a rough time loss, but I think you have to feel good about your run. Other than that moment, pretty much, that was probably a PB pace for you overall. I'm sure you lost, at least a minute there, so the rest of it was really nice.
Yeah, I definitely felt like I'd made quite a lot of mistakes in a lot of places, but a lot of it went reasonably well to make up for it.
So when I was talking to you after your previous race, I think you mentioned that you wanted to grab at least a 38 as your best race time. So are you happy with this one? Or do you want to do even better next time and just knock this one out of the park?
I'm hoping to get quite a bit better than this in the next race, but we'll have to see.
Well, I think you can do it. I'm looking forward to seeing you just go straight to 36, because I think you can copy-paste that run, clean up a couple places here and there, but as long as you don't have what happened to you in Sorrow just now, this is like PB and best race time, so I'm looking forward to seeing your next one.
Yeah.
So I wish you the best of luck in that, and GG on your victory again. Now we're joined by Cutieroo as well, so hey, how's it going? How are you feeling about that race and PB?
Confused. Oh man, there were so many moments where I was just like, what is going on? Especially with my my windows. I keep on doing that.
Oh yeah, the cursor wasn't locked or something like that.
Yeah. Well, what's odd is that I downloaded the cursor lock, so I stopped doing that. So I guess it just wasn't working right then. But yeah, no, I had a great time. I was trying to play more safely this time around, because with Wilson I played more riskier, but I knew I could. But it was fun.
Yeah, so I think your timer wasn't running, I heard from our stats guys at the start.
Oh.
So you didn't actually know, I think, what kind of pace were you on. But what were your thoughts?
Oh, my thoughts are I definitely think I'm improving, and I think I can keep improving, and I'm really happy with getting Kuro cutscene first time. I was happy with that. I was just like, yay! But yeah, like I had my little victories inside. But there's also some moments where I was just like, really? Like, I love those really moments because you just die in the weirdest ways. So yeah.
Yeah, Ori is a very unique run like that, and that was something that Sigma and I were noticing as well as you kept going through, and that was like Sigma said, that the story of your run really was just the value you were getting out of your saves, and you didn't take any huge time losses from them. You always kind of, I think you just knew where your trouble areas were, and you always had a save to just be close in case you did take a death. So kudos for that. That was a really smart play.
Thank you.
Yeah, I definitely say you knocked it out of the park with that one. You PB'd in your race just earlier today, and then PB'd again by 2 minutes just now, so I'm looking forward to your next race where it's like straight to 44 or 43 or who knows what.
Yeah, I'm actually stoked because all my Summer Best segments are showing 39, so I'm just like, can I just get that one clean run? But yeah, but in a race it's different, so I definitely am just trying to, play smart and be cautious, but at the same time, where I'm confident, play smoothly.
Yeah, well, it's awesome to see. Placing a lot of saves for race safety makes a lot of sense, and you avoided a lot of really potentially bad deaths with it, so that was really cool. And I'm gonna look forward to seeing your next race, which I think is probably this weekend sometime. So that'll be fun.
Yes, and thank you. Yes, it'll be tomorrow at 4.
Awesome. Well, thanks for joining us, guys. Great race from both of you. GG, and good luck in your last group mate race and the brackets thereafter.
Thank you.
All right, so we don't have any Ori for you just now, but I believe in 1 hour on this same channel, we're going to be coming back with another race. Mad Insane showing up once again to strut his stuff against Wilson, the former world record holder. He had it until just, I think, 2 days ago, so he is an insanely good runner. He'll be looking for his 29. Mad Insane will be going for another take on this one, and hopefully improving his best race time once again. So come back, watch that in about an hour back on this channel. And if you're hungry for more speed gaming action, there's some Keysianity going on over on Speed Gaming 1, so check that out, because it's going to be some good stuff. I think they have some of the fluoro racers and the Swiss on there right now, so that's going to be great. And I've been Sigma. Thank you for co-commentating with me, Sully. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, that was a blast. Thank you as well. I appreciate that.
And we will see you guys later. He drops the dash glide a bit. He'll be auto-saved at the bottom of Blackroot and lose about 30 seconds. But let's see. The camera's not panning down, so he can
nice.
carefully, and he's out of there.
Yeah, that's spooky.
Mad's in the water after double jump. Oh, 3 hits. Okay, this is a smart choice. He saves and reloads before he takes the 4th hit from the water. Or actually, oh my gosh, he got the auto save from double jump. I thought he had managed to avoid it. He's actually going to have to load a backup save at this moment, because he was going to get infinite try to speed up the top room again. So the way this works is you're supposed to go to the left and blow up some corruption, and you're supposed to go to the right and blow up some corruption. But as it turns out, if you level up in either one of these rooms, taking a quick death to that frog there. If you level up in either one of these rooms, you will just blow up both sides at once. So that Peter's got the frog in position now, gets the wall broken, now just has to throw the frog. Oh, this could work, just dash and got it. Yes, nice.
What a cool trick. The first time I saw that, my mind was blown. I love that so much.
Yeah, it's a really fun trick, and now we'll get to see the Ginso. I'll just make sure that oh my good lord, okay, he's in the death plane right now, but I think he triggered it while he hadn't seen immunity, so he's okay.
I can't believe he didn't die.
I don't know how that happened though, because he was on the ledge when the cutscene started, and he bashes with his ability to save, so that's why all of that stuff happened. He's not crazy, he's just insane. Oh my word.
Is Cutieroo just checking messages?
That was an accidental alt-tab when I clicked over the window.
Had to...
The one that actually makes the most sense.
Oh no. Takes a little bit of a death, but that's a paying off. This area is going to, I think she has 5 health right now, so she can take 2 hits, but I think she might actually be on 4 health or less already. Yeah.
Might have gotten hidden Sarah Bash. Matt getting out of that grenade room quite nicely, going through this cutscene area, and just has to deal with a couple lasers. I really like that drive-by rekindle on the save. Oh, walk straight in there.
Oh my
no
gosh.
fear.
The just absolute insane play.
Earlier today.
And makes it through. Like, oh no.
Oh, curse spawn, but she can get over to the side and
oh no! Jumps into the fire twice. That's not fun. Okay.
Oh man.
Okay, maybe